Hey everybody, it's Chanchai. We are going to be streaming the AKAI Leagues as usual. It's Saturday, April 18th, 2026. And yeah, we'll be joining AKAI just a moment here. And I hope everyone's been doing well. Hope you're having fun playing Virtua Fighter. And hope you've had a great week as well. We're well into spring, and hopefully the weather's going good. In my area, the weather goes up and down, so which is not too bad. It's nice to have variety, though it can trigger allergies whenever it gets nice. But then the rain, cleans it down, so it's pretty good. All right, so AKAI is online. We're gonna join his room, and I hope you guys can hear the audio okay. I hope everyone's been doing very, very well. And kind of post on social media letting people know that we're live. Let's see, and then we'll also join AKAI in the chat in just a moment here. We'll get going that very soon. Where is AKAI here? Looks like he's getting set up too. So typically AKAI starts around this time nowadays, like in the 15-minute mark. So he should be on very soon. Let me see if I can pull up AKAI's tweets. I had a really good time last night at Locals. We went to, we had our Virtual Friday sessions at Portland Axe Throwing, which we do in the spring and summer. After that, we'll be going back to Epic Gaming, where a lot of the fighting game community also plays on the Friday nights, but in the Portland area. But we had a great time. Met a new Virtua Fighter player, really nice guy, and had people asking about VF as well. But we also had a lot really great battles, and I did a couple workshops. So really good times. Is AKAI's room full? Maybe his room is full. No, he's still getting started, so we're almost there. Almost there. Okay. Let's see. Alright. Gentleman Thief might actually be participating at EVO Japan. I don't know if he's registered for it, but he's going to at least be in Japan. That's awesome. I'm really happy he'll be there. I just got the news just now that Gentleman Thief posted yesterday he'll be in Japan until the 29th. And so if there's any events in that time he'd like to join, that's going to be awesome. I would love to see him, especially play at the local events there. Gentleman Thief is amazing. Yeah, I just saw the tweet. The tweet went out yesterday. Yeah. And Tricky, I was going to mention you as well, because now we've known that Tricky was going to go to EVO Japan, but she officially got booked, and you've officially booked your hotel and your flights, so you're going to be there that same weekend, I believe. So yeah, I'm really happy for you going to Japan. I know it's a short trip, but I know you have a busy life, and so I hope you have an amazing trip, both for the EVO Japan, but especially hanging out with the community there. They are really wonderful and welcoming, and especially to us, their hospitality is awesome. So just get to know them, hang out with them, and that'll allow you to probably hang out with them. Yeah. So, well, Tricky's going to be doing awesome, but it is a crazy field. I am so excited to see how awesome Tricky does at EVO Japan, but really mostly looking forward to hearing the stories, seeing Tricky's experience in Japan. This is the first time Tricky will be in Japan, and so I'm wishing her great wellness, and I'm wishing her just amazing time hanging out with Sega Japan, hanging out with Japan VF. There's going to be Korean VF too, also there. Korea has like at least 7 players, I think, that are going there, and they're all very strong. China has 1 representative that I know of. Others wanted to go, but the flights suddenly got really expensive, and so on the late booking, the downside, usually when you late book, you get a cheaper deal, but with the state of the world right now, it gets like more expensive. So so that's kind of what happened there with the Chinese crew. But Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Actually, America has some a diversity of representatives there, I believe. So from what I saw, it's not like a lot. It's not as much as 2023, but we've got Tricky. We got, I believe Adam's gonna be there. Now I think Gentleman Thief will be there, but probably not in the tournament because unless he somehow registered early, I don't know. But we'll see. Yeah, so it's gonna be awesome. All right, so there's a Kai. Okay, here's the U.S. room. All right. So why did it get super expensive? Well, the price of oil has been shooting up for a month, right? So flights are very okay. If you book early, you can lock in a rate, but if you're going by like supply and demand, it can go up or down, whichever way. But we have an interesting situation with oil in the world right now. So so that's gonna mean they're just gonna keep going up for a while. So yeah. And that situation's only gotten worse and worse. We're not even feeling the big effects of it yet, but we are feeling the speculative ones, which would be flight travel. But with price of oil going up, as it will, it's going to affect so many things. End of this year, like, you think it's going up right now? You think we're like $5.50, $6 a gallon right now? Yeah, it's gonna get worse. So, Yeah, well, flight prices move with a lot of things. They move with supply and demand, and consider the gas as part of the supply problem. So, or more like the costs. So suddenly your variable costs shoot up, right? The airline's variable costs shoot up. But not just that, it's all the things that it touches. Everything else, right? Suddenly cost of shipping goes up, cost of everything, cost of alternative goes up, and it gets very complicated, but basically there's a lot of moving parts and they all go up. So, but flight travel definitely goes up 100%. It really does. It's true that most flights get pretty filled up pretty good, but not all flights do. So sometimes you have to think about even the cost of empty flights being a burden on the cost of full flights. So generally gas going up, oil going up automatically is a big factor. But then there's all the trickle down effects, and everything's interconnected. So yeah, absolutely. So look, even flying from China to Japan, normally not that expensive. Now it's expensive. That's why a lot of Chinese players had to cancel. So yeah. Well, a lot's saying quite a bit. It's probably not exactly a lot. Let me fight Rare Entity and then I'll join AKAI. Let's join AKAI right now if I can. Let's see. I don't know if I can do this in time. I probably cannot. No, we're gonna fight. I'll do it between rounds. Alright, the trick with Leon, if he does that throw, is you can hop. If you're that sure he's gonna do that, like if you're that sure he's gonna do that, like that he's gonna do the 3 PP. Good. Use the throw, it's good. So here we go. We're gonna join AKAI now.
To stream, doing what I want to do since the beginning. Like such this person recognize it, right?
Nice intro.
Right here, right there. Let me go. I'll just here.
Very nice. How you doing, AKAI?
I'm trying to get you to be heard on the audio on Discord. I think they should be able to hear you now.
Okay. How's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's having a good weekend.
Round 3. Ready, go!
First good day, first good night.
There's a lot of delay.
Virtual Fire Discord chat. Post it, just go to official.
Very nice. Such a fun round with Rare Entity. It's a very good wake up for me in the morning. I like this. I like Rare Entity's use of delay in that last round.
Ready, go!
And I love their choice for throwing right now. They're real, like, this is good. Like, a lot of people should be throwing more because of stuff like this. And look, you don't have to worry about throw escape, right? There's nothing, like, it's not hurting. My throw escape's not hurting him, so the only thing that he's got to worry about is if I Bari, right?
I got 11 people in the room. How was the Tuesday session? Is it a general trend, seeing that
it was mixed.
So last week was
It was mixed. So the connection was mixed, but we did have we did have a good amount of people, but not as much as the previous week. But we definitely had some connection challenges. By the way, Rare Entity, that was a really fun battle. I enjoyed that so much. Really good stuff. I love the use of throw. I love the delay attack. I'm not saying this to you, I'm saying this to the audience, because the audience should understand why throw is really important in this game. And I thought you used throw so wonderfully. Alright, and anyways, yeah, so we had generally good but mixed results because some people did have connection issues. There were people that had trouble getting into the room and couldn't get in all night. But for the people that did get in, we had a lot of good times. I think we had one crash out. I think we had one particular crash out, whereas the previous week I think we had two similar kind of a crash out. So we're definitely dealing with the issues still. Does it feel better than it did a few weeks ago? I do think it does feel better than it did a few weeks ago.
So hopefully that's a general trend what happened.
Hopefully it means that progress is made. This is probably an issue that there's probably many moving parts to this problem. But yeah. But you also know, like, I'm because of how open the Tuesday dojo sessions are, I do allow trying out different connections, right? Like, whether it's having a Japanese player sometimes in, and sometimes I allow some European players because it seems to work okay, and so I'm willing to try it. So I had to let some people know, look, because I don't run this thing as a strictly competitive thing on Tuesdays, it's more of like a getting experience and building. I also see some of those experiences as a building experience too. And so I'm more open that way. So I kind of just, tell people, please don't be rude in my chat. We can talk nicely to people, stuff, and then everyone was cool. But yeah. But it is mostly North America. It's just, I just don't make it exclusively North America. But we had a good time. We had good battles. But how's it feeling for you? What's your assessment of the room, of how the rooms are performing?
I only had last weekend, which last week, both you and me, I think had for a very long time. The first time we got 16 play a full room, and so maybe we were thinking that maybe the league rooms or online netcode is being at least a little bit more stable for more people. So I was just wondering if the general trend's gonna be like that. Because the first 2 weeks when we were stage launch, we weren't able to when I was hosting the league sections, we were able to get both Europe and North America rooms at 16 players at the same time. And so then after a certain patch, there's that what I refer to as round zero, but which people really had a hard time getting into the room. And so we could sometimes 12, 14 players at times, but it was always hard to there was always a few people that mentioned that they can't get into the room. So I'm just wondering, so hopefully it means that whatever they're doing on the side is allowing more people to participate that actually wants to. Alright, we got 12 people right now, then we go post 2 more places, and we can start the contest for North America, Saturday, Europe. 370.4.
Round 3. Ready, go!
One thing I noticed is that when people do have graveyard connection with each other, there's less of the game freezing. What happens is sometimes they just their match doesn't complete, but they're still in the room. So that's better than the game completely crashing. I'm not sure if that's what you've been observing with your participants.
Repeat that? I'm sorry.
Where gray bar connections with people, like there's less chance of them like the game completely freezing and they can't progress. But what happens if you play with someone that you don't have a good connection with or something, or a gray bar connection, it just randomly gives one of them a win, and then but both of them are still in the win.
I haven't run into that yet, so yeah. I don't think I've run into that yet.
Okay.
But I have run. I think the thing that probably I've run into more lately, like more than before, is the whole when they get disconnected, it gives them the weird error message that the room has been disbanded when it has not. Like I've probably seen that more. I've probably heard about that more than before. Of course, the troubleshooting process is we're basing this on what people say. So in the past, if they didn't say it, we didn't know it, you know. And now we're hearing it more when people say it says the room was disbanded, but it was not, you know. So hey, Move Quick, good to see you. And also, Dummy O'Clock, thank you so much for the question. It was a wonderful question. I hope the answers I provided help. I know almost everything in VF is a it depends answer, but I do try to give a complete picture on it, and I hope that made sense to you.
Alright, just need to post on the PlayStation group chat, and then we'll start the 5-match countdown for North America at 12 players, so there's 4 spots remaining.
So happy to have Rare Entity and Tricky Eileen here, and I'm really happy for Tricky Eileen that she's going to be going to EVO Japan. So excited for her. This will be her first time going to Japan. I hope she gets the best of it. I know that travel can be, well, tricky for Tricky, but I'm so glad that she's making this effort, and I just hope she has the best trip. It's a short trip, but I hope she has the very best trip. Yeah, and yeah, I hope everyone's doing really well in the Kai Leagues today. See, RJ, good afternoon. And yeah, as we were talking about on my chat, just the question that I was answering earlier was basically, if someone's using sidestep, do you do delay attack or throw? And I told them actually both answers are actually good, but there's caveats to each of them, right? And so if you fight an opponent who's like just using a lot of movement and is playing very defensively and might not be reacting, like attacking when they see your throw, which that's very hard. That's very rare, actually. And even at high level, you don't always see that. So in that case, throwing is actually very good, because but the hard part about throwing is timing can be hard. If the fight goes into neutral, throwing somebody that's stepping is very hard. And there's a good chance that they'll crouch under your throw, but if they're not actually hitting you for when you throw, then it's okay. It's kind of then this throw becomes pretty good. On the other hand, if you're fighting somebody who's kind of spamming a lot and attacking a lot with their evades, then then the neutral gets more dangerous to use the throw option. So using your attacks is a bit better, but delay attack is a very powerful tool, so you eventually need to master doing delay attacks, especially because if you attack at a certain rate, you kind of avoid somebody buffering. Like, you won't do the attack when they buffer a response, but you may hit them when they decide to throw. So if they're a person that kind of like are a certain level of watching, delay attacks become strong, and this is why you see it at the high level a lot. Delay attack becomes like a kind of a safe approach depending on how the opponent plays. So it is a complicated answer. Getting good at both delay attack and getting good at using throws to deal with sidestepping is both eventually really important to do. But they both have their pros and cons.
We started the 5-match countdown now. Before Bruce just had to leave, or he can come back and get disconnected from the net via nickel guns.
Okay. One extra thing is that half circulars are really powerful, but they're high risk, high reward. If you call out a sidestep with a half circular, it can be very powerful depending on your character's moves. But if you But on the other hand, if they evade the correct way against your half circular, you're usually in a screwed position. So it's balancing the risk and reward. And as the player, you want to get a sense of that, of what level of risk am I dealing with, what can they do, and then the rewards you want to go for. So yeah.
Yeah, because I think some people say that if you can't get back into a room, some people say you join another person's room as a spectator, you might be able to get back into it. Maybe you could try joining into your room since no one's actually in that room right now, and see if you could get that in that room. Try joining the North America room. And so your room is the one. My name is AKAI_JC. Passcode is opposite of North America, which is date the month, so 1804. See if that works.
Knockout.
It's the second person. Let's see if it made more people getting disconnected again. Let's see. Yeah. So I might have to spend a fluke last weekend.
Which part do you think is a fluke?
Where the rooms are more stable.
I wouldn't call that a fluke, but I would call it an interesting data point. So, because, like, there's like so many elements to this, right? And so, progress is progress, right? But it's just not universal progress. So it's like we're seeing something, or we hope we're seeing something, but then of course we have to see the overall trend, as you know. So. But we're not going to say, rooms have been saved. We're not going to say that. But we're going to say that, we're seeing stuff, and sometimes we have hope that things, we have signs of hope. But at the same time, we know that it can require patience going through all this too. And we respect everyone's, well, especially their patience, but we also respect, their time and investment. But we're really happy if they can make that time with us, and we're happy with both chatting and fighting. So, yeah. And in your case, you're supervising and administrating, because I miss having you in the AKAI leagues as a participant. But I also love what you're doing, and so we really appreciate it. I'm sure many people really appreciate it. So thank you again, AKAI.
Alright, 3 matches and another person got disconnected from room, so maybe we left the room. Let's see, Alright, Bruce is able to join the North Europe room, so maybe he will join the North American room afterwards. Let's see if that will work. 1 word is 2 words. I just want to say that might be Nepruha, but he could confirm for me. And Nepruha is like Jamie Lee Curtis name changes. We get ready.
What happened with
No
Jamie Lee
dice.
Curtis? Yeah. So we've got Demo in here. Awesome. It's a really good fight here. Let's see. Sam the Seed. Good to see them again. Do I know Oathbreaker? That name seems very familiar. Is Oathbreaker Bushido?
Oathbreaker participated the first time last weekend.
Okay, cool.
Technically, yeah. Because it's both on Saturday and Sundays.
I see.
And is this Evra who's playing in the Europe room?
Me and my older age, remembering the 90s, is just so tempting to call them better than Evra. But yeah. Oh no. I do wonder what the Japanese think of the running post run, like the running man after knockout and ring out. Actually, it's after Ring Out, but yeah. That's been like quite a topic in fighting games again, right? Which is post-match rudeness, and that Japan doesn't tolerate it. We had that conversation long ago in VF.
You're moving in slow motion.
2 more matches before we begin the North America room. We're looking for 2 more players for the Europe room. Let me go check with him.
Yeah, Tricky, I imagine they do consider it rude in Japan. They consider a lot of action after the match like very rude. So, Virtua Fighter, it's been weird because it was a bit more common knowledge, but then later on some people told me it's fine. So it was like they came to some point where things were okay to a degree. But I think it just depends on where in Japan you're fighting. But I think overall, generally, there's a general thing that, don't be rude. But I think Soul Calibur is still the rudest one because Soul Calibur allows you to re-crumple somebody over and over after the end of the round. Soul Calibur is a game where like you feel like the game is telling you should keep beating up on the opponents after the round's over. Like VF, it's more like you could, but after a certain amount of time on the ground, nothing hits. But in Soul Calibur, you feel like this is like by design. So yeah. Yeah, but well, RJ, yeah, in Japan, there's a lot of etiquette and manners is a really big thing, especially in Japan. Like it's reflected upon your upbringing, right? So they'll just think that you weren't raised right if you don't do these things. And they actually a lot of times they treat it like common sense, even if it wasn't, right? And so it makes interesting conversations talking to them about it. So, all right, this Jackie's definitely gonna give me really gonna try to wake me up. I hope I can wake up for this.
Round 1. Ready, go!
I like the fuzzies.
Alright, we got 5 players for Europe, so we'll start the countdown now for them too.
Very nice. That was guaranteed 6K. We were the Chanchai.
Alright, this is the last match before we begin for North America, so anyone who wants to join last minute, you're more than welcome to try. Time to double check you don't have any wave guard of anyone in the room. If you do, try to accent re-enter, but also let me know so that I can fix it.
Demo's Jackie's really, really strong. It's really fun.
Round 3. Ready,
Okay. Did I crash out? Okay. That was
I
lag
see you
at
play
start.
still.
Okay, it was like a lag start, but okay. Like it froze at the start.
Okay.
I do like their choices for when they abare. It's really cool. Like they have really good decisions on when to abare. Or at least in the moments when I got hit by them, but it was really good stuff. All right, good games, Demo. Thank you so much.
Good luck, have fun.
North America or Europe?
Yeah.
Okay.
North America, okay. Top players.
Good luck, have fun. All right, everyone. Thank you very much. It's a lot of fun. Tricky, I'm so happy to have you in the chat. I hope you've been doing, again, really happy to have you here. I'm really excited for you next week. I'm going to be watching, and man, girl, it's awesome.
round 1.
All right.
Knockout. Round 2. Ready, go!
All right, so they're just learning the Leon matchup, or at least my Leon. Okay, so I like the use of delays now. That is awesome. I like that rung out because of the death hit.
Ready, go!
All right, good game, Demo. So Demo will get used to the Leon matchup. They're just getting used to, well, they're getting used to Chanchai Leon stuff, but they're very strong. They're very strong. And RJ, yeah, thank you very much. Good luck to you too, my friend. I hope you're really enjoying this patch, right? But you're already strong, but I think that the way you play, it works really well with this patch too. So I love it. I love our fights. You know, right now everybody's trying to get more experience against Jeffrey. I think we're going to see army of Jeffreys in Japan. We'll see. But Japan doesn't really play meta that hard, right? They play their character mainly. No meta if they think that their matchup sucks, but it's rare that they think their matchup sucks that much that they got to change character. At least in my experience. Of course, we're generalizing. You know, in Japan there is a wide variety of skill because there's a lot of players that play, and so you play all types, you know, and you'll see that in EVO Japan if you play in it. You're gonna play against. It feels very much like a normal tournament here too, you know. So yeah. Yeah, you have all the strongest American Jeffs. They're all on good terms with like, you get to fight them all. It's awesome. And they're all like, they all do different things. So your Jeffrey trading is awesome. That said, Beta is a monster. But I do think that because Beta plays like logically, I think you at least can go in with a good game plan against Beta. Beta is the player formerly known as Chubitaro, right? Little Chibita. But Beta is a genius player. He's a pro player. I'm looking forward, if he's there. I don't know if he's there, but if he's there, I'm looking forward to watching that. Yeah. Good, yeah. And you've been fighting Hima's Jeffrey. Can you tell us about Hima's Jeffrey, Tricky? Well, you're busy fighting in here too, right? But I want to hear, because I haven't fought against Hima's Jeffrey, but I keep hearing about it. So I'm really, really excited to hear about Hima's Jeffrey. It's like Adam? Okay. It's playing on reeds. it's playing it's like Adam. Okay, good to know. Very good to know. That's some awesome respect for Adam too. That's hella awesome though.
You better take me seriously. Round one. Ready, go!
I like that opening. That was so much fun. Yeah, I was gonna come in on the vid. Okay. By the way, Diva, also I like the improvements that they do keep improving. It's really good stuff. I like the 9K here too. Oh, I thought I was gonna get that hit. Man, I hate it when I didn't intend to wake up.
Round three. Ready, go!
So the downside to always committing to attack when you evade is that you can lose, and I do it too. is you can lose to attacks like this where they have like 2 sets of hits, or they have hit frames beyond the 25th frame, the 24th frame. And so if you've got attacks that hit beyond the 24th frame, there's a chance that you can really bait out stuff like evade attack. So this game really doesn't want you to like mash out attack when you evade. It wants you to see what you evade and make a choice there, but it takes a while to get good at that. So and it is, but it does reward evade attack, because most of the time when you evade, most of the time you're fine. Most of the time you have a little advantage, but some of the times you don't. And so that's why people that try to evade Kage tend to lose to stuff like his 9k plus G, because what happens is there's still hit frames to go, and once you hit any input, direction, button, doesn't matter, any input at all after the successful evade has passed, they could retrack you when you hit the button. So cases like that, you actually have to just not hit anything and then attack when the whiff is complete, like when they're no longer having hit frames. It's really important to do. That's Leon's 1k is one of those moves that can do that. Very nice. I like the crouch dash into back throw. Very good. I like this patience. This patience is good, but what will we do about it? That's really the question. So now, this is where we use the matchup here. We're using Leon matchup against Oathbreaker a bit. And I like this punch into throw. It's very good. Punish me for trying this. That said, this is a person who's going to be watching, and so this actually encourages me to attack a little more. Now that can be really reckless, so I got to be very careful how I do it, but it's really important. This is really hard to escape this pounce, but if you know the timing for it, you can get out of it. But it is harder for Taka than other characters. They always go for the back throw because it's been working, so they should keep doing it, but it's really good. Let's see if they know. They don't know how to deal with this yet. Well, so Oathbreaker, here's the trick. When Leon forces side turn, like with this low swipe, look at that front foot. Stare at that front foot, and if you evade to that front foot, you'll cut off a lot of his good side turn options. So I would evade throw escape there. If you don't know, if you're not feeling it, just guard. Like, just guard. So yeah. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Tricky. I think you're gonna play awesome in Japan, but I know that like all tournaments, you're probably not gonna be 100%. You'll probably be 80%, but I think your 80% is like ridiculous. So, you know, so be ready to fight it up. Be ready to elevate it as the matches go. I believe in you, Tricky, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think a lot of Japanese are gonna have so much fun fighting you. I really do. I think they're gonna really enjoy fighting your Eileen. I think it's gonna be so much fun. And I think you're gonna have fun, you know, with the amount of option selecting they're gonna do at first too. Like they're gonna option select the hell out of the fight at the start, and you just kind of show them you can deal with it, and then they move off of it. You know? But I know by default you can deal. So yeah. It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be fun watching you. It's really gonna be fun watching you. So
It's showtime!
I assume you're ready.
Round one. Ready, go!
nice. All right. That would have been cool if that worked. I see. Keep it up near the hunter. I see. They've got the general 3D fighting game defensiveness with movement. They like their spacing. Let's see here.
Knockout.
Very good. I love the Sega Forever as well. And again, keep this up, Neo Hunter. So they do delay, whether it's intentional or not, but they do delay. So that does encourage me to go ahead and attack right away, like pick an attack option. Nice, nice. Alright. And then so now this last one's a high. The first one's EX high, the second one is a high. So you're gonna wanna like low attack is crouching attack. But after this first kick goes past, yeah. So it's like you can actually safely low punch right away, but not safely. Leon has a plan against that. Pick it up. I'm gonna show the boxing against Sarah. Very nice throw. I like that delay throw. Very good. Alright, that was a fun battle. Good games, Neo Hunter. Keep it up. You fought well. You fought well. You're trying to find an in against me. But yeah. I'm well versed in fighting against the Flamingo, so it makes it harder, but you're doing well. Keep it up. Keep building up those skills. Keep building up that Sarah. I like it. I know. So it's because it's AKAI leagues, I'm gonna be a little more vicious, but you also see that I'm just maintaining advantage, but you're doing very well, so keep it up. Like, don't be discouraged at all. I like what I see. Now the spacing out is one of those things where I'm gonna say VF is a game where your safer direction is forward, right? Most fighting games, your safer direction is backward, but if you maintain a certain space, it can be good. The problem with Sarah is that if you play this mid-range, backdash evade is really strong against her. Like, backdash evade is very strong against Sarah, like at the mid-range, and that's where like she's got safe offense. So sticking up close is pretty good if you can get comfortable doing it. So yeah.
Round one. Ready, go!
Now, with Genesis Frenzy, they're always feeling stuff out at the start. You gotta, like, you have to be very careful about this. Like, you can't get overconfident against Genesis ever. I mean, most players is like that, but this is very true for Genesis. Yeah, don't mess up your combos either. And don't forget strings. Look at this. This is like the wall-to-wall stuff. I'm gonna die to it. Man, it would be funny if that weren't out. Yeah, and I don't know why I threw there because that's a stance, but that's okay. I think I'm watching too much and now I'm processing the wrong thing and it gets pop. Very good neutral throw is always good. I like the use of the 3 people's carry. I'm making all the mistakes. Sidekick is a big mistake here. Alright. We are trying to change up our mindset a little because Genesis... We want Genesis to expect certain things. It is one of the things that I felt can frustrate Genesis a bit, is if you can kind of reverse read. If you can play in like a reverse conditioning way. But they're like unfazable these days. But like that long time ago that used to just drive them nuts. And so I love seeing how strong they are as a player nowadays. They're terrified. Right now they're just letting pie, so it's not like it's like an uphill battle for them against me. But they got their wins on me last week, right? But it's never underestimate Genesis Frenzy. Never underestimate Genesis Frenzy. And they are. Yes, they're aggressive, but to be that aggressive, you gotta have good forward defense. So, yeah. Okay, Neo the Hunter says, this is a good question. I had a question about buffering versus delaying. Is it usually the better option to buffer? It is. So, but I tried to explain this because as a beginner or as a developing player, you're going to be tempted to want to justify your delaying. And I get it because delaying is strong. Delaying has its use. It's very good. At the high level, it's especially good. So why all this stress on buffering? Because if you can't buffer, if you can't consistently buffer, you're going to have inconsistent results. Very inconsistent results. It works for you sometimes. More often than not, if the opponent is good enough, it will work against you. You need to be in control of your buffer and your delay. If you're not in control of your buffer and your delay, you're going to feel like you're fighting with lag more than you're not. Like, there are going to be times where you're not fighting with lag and you're going to think you're fighting with lag because you're delaying, because you're not in control of the buffer. So you must do both. Yeah. So, and if you can't prove that you can buffer, then I will like mash on you very hard. And it's not me being anti-scrub. It's because that's the good tactic against that. Like, it's because this is the good choice against the way you're playing. So yeah, and Tricky's backing me up, I think, here. Right, I think she knows exactly what I'm saying because she's seen it, right? And we've seen it where we've seen a lot of developing players want to justify like not being able to buffer. They don't think of it that way, but like the people that don't like to commit are more likely to do this too. They'd be like, oh, you know, I'm gonna control on my time, and they tend to have certain biases, and the problem is it's good to delay, but it's better to delay intentionally. But the hard part at learning VF and doing that is that at first, the hard part about it is that what was my point here? I'm trying to think of the fight while thinking about this too. I'll get to this point. Very good. Keep it up. Oh, that was nice. I fell for that. Nice using the. Is that the? That was the down? No, that was the down back probably. Nice mix up. Nice mix up on low throw. Keep it up. Keep it up. Ba ba ba. Very good. Yes, 6-6P is a really good move. More Taka players should use it a bit more. It's good, especially against Leon, because it's gonna win against lightweights. It's gonna win neutral. So here, this is me frame checking you here. Like I'm doing stuff that is deceptive with the frames. Alright. Okay. Good game, blah blah blah. Good game, my friend. I know I was vicious on you. I know you like it when I bring it vicious on you too. Yeah, so the main thing is like if you don't buffer, you're gonna have inconsistent results. And some people that like to sit and wait and delay, it does work, but there's gonna be times when it doesn't work and they might get more confused. They might not be assessing. Like a lot of my reads, a lot of my feeling of how to evade this opponent is based on whether they're showing me they can buffer or not. Because here's the thing, if you buffer, evade is better against you, right? That's true. It's true. Like, evade becomes a better option against people that buffer. Okay, but if you don't buffer, you might beat the buffered evade, but I actually play with delayed evade when I fight that. And so now I can delay evade or a Bari. And now I've got two really strong options against you if you're not doing this intentionally. Now, if you're doing it intentionally, of course you can lead the dance. But yeah, so it's really important to master both. And here's the thing. It's easy to master delaying if you know how to buffer. But if you don't know how to buffer, you're just delaying by accident or just because you're always delaying. And that's not control at all. So mastering buffer implies that you're supposed to be learning both. That's not a good imply, but it really is. Because if you can't buffer, like, it's just not happening. Like it's very sloppy. Good. Again, Rare Entity is very smart about figuring out where to throw. Like, You guys should watch how he throws me. It's very important. It's very, very important. I mean, I'm gonna try to do stuff about it, but it's really like a lot of people don't do this, and that's why I'm stressing it.
Round 4. Ready, go!
I love that 4 people skate. That was so good. I love this too. We're dead. Ah, damn it, Blaze. This is one of those cases where you hate Blaze because he is the way he is. Yeah, good game, good game. I choked. So here I went for a desperation play because I'm just, and it's a typical go-to play for me, which is the backdash and low, and he just waited for it. But really, really good game. Awesome game. I had so much fun. I love fighting Rare Entity, but again, watch when he chooses to throw against me, and it's really important to understand like how he gets to that, how he sees it, and that will improve a lot of players, to be honest. Yeah, so you in this game you got to learn to commit, and then you can learn how to do react. Like this game at higher levels, this game is a lot of, and all fighting games is this too, right? Because tempo is so strong in Tekken first, and then guessing games later. VF guessing game is strong first, and then tempo becomes super strong in VF also. All those Tekken skills really huge in VF, but they happen in a reverse order. It's really important. And so, yeah, tempo, all of that. Reaction, knowing when your opponent's reacting versus committing is really important at the high level play. And being able to just be flexible with that and to work with it.
Ready, go!
So good. I like the control of that too. And I like how Tricky Eileen had this sequence, had like 4 sequences in mind in advance. Like she kind of knew which way, or she felt which way that these guesses would go, and she controlled it well. I'm so dead. Back throw is like the throw to do against Eileen too. Very good. I love this too. I like the meaty timing here, even though it was a counter hit. Which meant, but it was good. Man, I thought I evaded that. That was so good. Like I actually delayed the evade, and I still got hit. Ring out. Good game, Tricky. Got completely owned, but I had a lot of fun with that. Had a lot of fun with that game. Good game, Tricky. Good game. Yeah, so Neo the Hunter, that is a good one. Do master buffering, because if you master buffering, you will... Here's what I did say last night at my locals, this is what I said to people, was that if you master buffering, you have a much higher chance at knowing why you succeeded and why you failed. It's much cleaner. If you commit, those things are clean. If you don't buffer consistently well, or at least when you need to, or just like where you should, what happens is your data is kind of impure. You don't really, like, you think you know why you lost, and you don't really know why. Because once you go into delay, things can get slightly murky without that control. So yeah, so learning to buffer is learning how to control in this game. And it's similar to martial arts, it's similar to technique building. Learning how to control, learning how to do control technique is strong, and then you have to learn how to apply it in fights, and then eventually that's to how to do it with control in the fights, and then you go freeform after that. Then you unlearn it, and you learn how to do it more with the flow of the fight. So yeah, commitment's big, and the commitment will give you results that you can work with. That's important. Win or lose, The commitment's going to give you results you can work with and understand.
Round one. Ready, go!
It was, I really liked what I saw there, Tricky. So, I mean, you know, you already know I have respect for your game, but I'm just like, oh boy, I like what I saw. Like, I like the feeling of fighting that, so. I like the feeling of fighting, fighting that fight, especially.
Round two. Ready, go!
Man, that Shun 3P range is so good. Very good. Very good.
Excellent.
Very good. Alright, here we go, Sam the Seed. Now Sam the Seed's drunk. This is gonna be hell. I'm gonna die. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'll focus though.
Ready, go!
So this situation when Shun knocks you down with string is really annoying in the new patch because there's a high chance that if you hit a button at certain points that you might end up doing Ukemi without intending to. Long before you hit the ground. Long before you hit the ground. I don't know what's going on with Sam the Seed, but okay. Sam, what's going on?
Knockout.
Alright. This time I took the win because I took the round because I'm just gonna watch what he does. And we'll see when he comes back into the
Round
fight.
four. Ready, go!
He probably has some real life thing going on, like, you know, household is telling him to do something. Alright, here we go. Like here, I knew that this wake up was gonna happen because of when I hit the button. Like, I hit the button way early, and I knew the wake up would just happen because I'm starting to get the sense of it. But this is what I don't like about the current changes, and I do want them to shrink this window for Ukemi a little bit. I don't mind the change, but please shrink the window a little so that I don't accidentally wake up like during launch, right? Alright, good game, Sam. Good game. Yeah, pick a throw, guess correctly. That was really good. Good battle. So yeah, again, like, I don't completely hate the Ukemi change in the sense that I understand why they make it that way. I just want to shorten the window a little because right now, somebody launches you with something that's gonna knock you down quickly. Like, if you happen to hit a button because you were buffering, you're gonna automatically Ukemi, and that's what I do hate. I don't like that part. So it's like, hey, shorten the window a little so that I don't have that happening. Now it's like, I'm like, oh, I know I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna suck, right? So yeah. No, totally. Yeah. Real life is life, right? the trick of life is that we have to deal with real life regardless of how we feel. So, yeah.
Round two.
They did do it to buff. Well, they did it to buff ground attack. They buffed ground attacks for the other reason. I think it's the reverse in my view. I feel like they buffed ground attacks because right now the change they're making is to make wake Ukemi easier. At the lower level, this means okay, but let's give incentives so that beginners know that they should mix up how they wake up, like not just always Ukemi. And so part of that is you buff the damage you can do when people stay down, because now you've changed the typical behavior from staying down to actually Ukemi. And so I think that's fair. I think that's what I would have expected them to do. But again, the issue we have is just like how big this Ukemi window is, to where we did an attack trade. They didn't finish the combo but because I hit a button for like what I was gonna do after that, I'm now ukeming, even though I was on my way up when I hit the button. And so by the time I hit the ground, like I'm like standing up, and it's like, really, you know, like because I knew I didn't like. Here's the thing. This is a read that I told Dr. Dog. You guys see me do wake up uppercut, and I'll tell you one of the things that will get me to do that. One of the things that will get me to do that is if I see that your knockdown, your combo launcher was not clean, or your combo finish was not clean. So if your combo is not clean or your knockdown is not clean, I tend to feel that most players, more often than not, it becomes a read, but typically players are not used to that, and they try to do their okizeme as if they had a clean knockdown. And that's why I wake up as fast as possible and uppercut, because it has a good chance at winning that situation. And so this is a similar case, but now that said, there are knockdowns where you don't want to do that. There are certain knockdowns you're like, just stay down. And then this, you accidentally wake up, sucks. And that's where this becomes a problem. Yeah, I wish guard didn't count for Ukemi. I agree with that. Yeah, a lot of times it definitely makes it so you have to do throw escape late, like ground throw escape late. I love how this fits into RJ style. It's good stuff, man. Yeah, he's gonna do the crouch. This 3PP will get me every time, but I do need to confirm that I'm evading that move, and I will get there, because it's a fun project. Because I actually want to double evade that shit. There you go. That was the right move. Any two buttons would be great, but that said, it would mean that beginners don't tech roll as much. I think the reason they went with one button was because beginners just didn't tech roll much, but I also saw people that knew how to tech roll like have trouble with it when they were starting VF, because there's more timing, there is something to that. Like, I don't want to dismiss that. I know people want to dismiss it because it's like, well, if I can do it, then you should be able to do it. And it's like, yes, but there is something to like why some people are having trouble with it, right? And as a designer, you'd like to find a way to make it so they're just doing what they want to do within the confines of the system. And so interface adjustments are fine. That said, stuff like that, like, that was one of the hard habits to break, or one of the techniques to stop doing was to, one of the good game, RJ, one of the techniques to stop doing was preparing, like, doing this, when you, like, before you hit the floor. Well, you're supposed to time it regardless, so I'll tell the truth. Truth about manual wake up was it always had a timing component to it. There was always a timing component to, like, if you press guard and direction at a certain time when you touch the ground, you will wake up faster, like manually, not the Ukemi way, but the manual way. And so really awesome battles. Oh, I can't believe I tied with Rare Entity. He smoked me pretty good. Tricky smoked me pretty good. That was a lot of fun. Really good battles, everyone. Sam the Seed smoked me pretty good too. I enjoyed that. So yeah. I feel like I'm playing my A game. Yeah, that happens, right? And this is what I also love about League Battle too, is sometimes you're gonna have A game, sometimes you're gonna have F game. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing this bear fruit for you too, like managing your A game or managing when it dips. What I hate is when you hit it and then you drop and you gotta manage after that. But that's I've done. It feels good when you start managing the drop too, but not that I want you to drop anytime soon. You should be dropping in about, like, in the third league, not the second league, right? Yeah. RJ, keep it up. Well, yeah, keep it up, but I like that fight. I like the fight. Yeah, Zack Attack says, I don't like the change doll to Ukemi. It made perfect sense for Wake Up and Ukemi to be separate inputs. Well, that I definitely agree with that point. I'm not gonna disagree with that point. But I also understand why they went with like direction and guard. Like, truth be told, one of my dojo sessions, I think, but also in conversations casually, I've said I would not be surprised if in the new VF that guard throwscape was simply holding guard in a direction. I would not be surprised if that, and I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that. You know, it is weird because you might accidentally, you know, buffer into escaping a throw, but that's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, you know. But I wouldn't be surprised if like guard in a direction itself was like the guard throwscape input in the new VF, you know, because I think that's very fair. But yeah, Ukemi is a different thing because we're talking about change, like state versus changing states, right? And changing states, you're like, man, you're really messing with this. But I think there's a way in their current vision to make it better, and that is to like shrink that window a little. And when I say a little, it actually kind of means a lot, but you guys know what I mean. It means like I should be really close to touching the ground before this becomes like the actual input for Ukemi. But even then, it does. I think the players that have to adjust to it the most are the competitive players, especially when you play side by side offline. It was already tricky in Final Showdown and up to kind of disguise your wake up, but it wasn't that hard. It just took some extra technique. Now with this change, to disguise your input, you have to have empty buttons. Like, you actually have to have empty buttons on your controller to disguise your wake up. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Is that like where it was optional to have empty buttons, it feels like it's mandatory to have empty buttons when you're waking up, because they made it plus any button, right? It wasn't just like this button or that button. It was direction plus any button is gonna wake up, you know. And I think even the neutral counts, right? I think even if you just hit guard, you might wake up. I don't know. I didn't test that out. Yeah, it should, right? Because it's Ukemi straight up, right? So yeah, it's like the problem with direction plus any button is now you need an empty button to fake your wake up. To really, and it's not the biggest deal. It's just that it becomes a read also in the game. Like for me, it becomes a read. It's nothing offensive. Some people subconsciously react to what you're doing with the controller. Some people do it on purpose, and I don't think either are bad. It's fair game. It's normal. But once I recognize they do that, I like to mess with it. And to mess with it now, I need an empty button on my controller. Now VF is fine because it's a 3-button game, so it's very easy to have an empty button, unless you're literally playing on like, you know, the VF4 vanilla stick from PS2, right? Which only had 3 action buttons. You know, now you need to hit a function button to do that. So yeah. So that is kind of it's not the end of the world. It's annoying, but it is absolutely frustrating to accidentally Ukemi when you totally didn't mean to, and when you thought you didn't hit anything, but because you hit it when the moment you got launched, in some cases because they didn't do like a long ass combo, you suddenly like Ukemi, like you see your character wake up and you're like, what the hell is that?
Knockout.
So just Monica said that lag, because that's your first, yeah, so Monica says lag was the first time I ever experienced people mashing stuff to mess up your timing. I'll tell you this though, some people don't like, some people, like I said, some people are subconsciously doing it. They don't know that they're doing it, or they incidentally do it. I incidentally do it, and then, but if it becomes blatant, after a while, then it's like, you should know better, I'm just gonna go ahead and respond to that. So it becomes conscious for me later. But I'll do it subconsciously. But I also have no qualms about people doing it intentionally. Some players don't know or will never admit that they're listening for inputs and responding that way. They just won't. And that's part of their competitiveness. Some people are honestly doing that. Some people are doing that because, you know, it's good to keep that a mystery, right? But it's fun messing with them. And I think it's more fun messing with them than quote unquote calling it out, right? than quote unquote saying something about it. I'll be like, okay, if that's how you're gonna play, here we go. You know, and it's so much fun. It's really, really fun. It's like, oh really? Like, and the funnest thing is watching them do like a launcher on that, like when they backdash or something, and you just hit a button, you just hit, like you hold guard and you just hit punch while you're holding guard, and you watch them like do the launcher, and then you guard punish. And like, oh look, Chanchai can guard punish when he like, you know, inputs to make you input. You know, so. Oh, awesome. So Guibert has confirmed that the Gui suite is official for LA Gathering. So there is gonna, like, for the basically the late night matches, the room battles are gonna be happening at LAG, hosted by Guibert. Hell yeah. Yep, and you got the big room this time. It's awesome. You know, last time you had a good room, but the Arizona guys got the presidential executive or whatever suite, which is like, you know, like a room with an extra room, right? And that was like perfect for like having, like, we had up to 6 simultaneous battles happening in the hotel room. I think we had 6. I think it was like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's 3 and 3 in each room. That was really cool. 3 in the living room, 3 in the main room, and 3 in the extended bedroom. Yeah, guilt-free hosting. Hell yeah.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Hey, thanks for playing Oathbreaker. TFX Calamity join, awesome. With his fancy Storm Lord title. I think he got the level up to level 41 or something off me. He's another gatekeeper for fun. Alright, we got Camille joining the Europe Moon, awesome. He was one of the top 8 players for Europe at the DFOC online tournament. Alright, so let's go get those PowerPoint slides ready for the players participating this second rules. So this is a work in progress player information thing I'm doing. Try and go to the idea of what I've always wanted to do, where everyone knows everyone's name in the league sessions.
Tricky, I love that backtrade 9K. That was so cool. I actually don't remember seeing it that much. I really liked the spacing out with that. And it would also, like, you know, avoid probably low punch as well, so I like it. Oh, and we're up. Okay. Let's have fun with these battles.
Should we try it again? Awesome.
No, I understand, Guibert. I understand.
Do you want matches for North America, Blue?
Alright.
You'd better take me seriously. Round 1. Ready, go!
Oh, I did need to tech there. I didn't think she had the. I didn't think I was at the ring out zone, but there it is. There it is. I thought I was gonna survive that. So
this was a stage I think people say, you know, that the ring is kind of just the stage graphics kind of make it hard to sometimes see where the edge of the ring is there too.
It is. Yes. Well, that case it wasn't though. That was just me mismeasuring it. Like I could see it very well, but.
Matches before we begin Europe's Wheel. We have Mr. and Camille join.
Round 3. Ready, go!
I like that. I like that watch. I like that watch. I like that choice too. This is so much fun fighting Tricky. It's been a while like this.
Thanks for letting me know, RJ.
Yes!
We can participate.
That halfway beats the high kick. The mid kick, no, but the high kick, I didn't know it beats the high kick. I did not know it beats the high kick. Panda did start developing that tech, like used it a lot against me when they were still playing it. So much fun. Good game. Good game, Tricky. That was so much fun. That was lots and lots of fun. Really like it. I like the tempo play. I like the range. I like the choices and tempo range. So much fun.
Alright, last match before we start your room, so you have a minute or two to join that. North America room. Hey, thanks for playing, Eileen. I think it's Tricky for playing. And we still have 2 more matches before we begin the North America room.
Okay. Oh, have a good one running errands, Tricky. Keep it up. And also I hope to see you tomorrow, but have an amazing time in Japan. But we'll chat this week before you fly out, so keep it up. Good games, Tricky.
Nice.
Good games.
Tisha has joined the room.
Alright, Calamity versus Rare Entity. This should be so much fun to watch.
Ready, go!
I like Rare Entity's Yomi plays a lot. And of course with Calamity, I like the pressure Calamity can apply. And their Yomi plays too, but Rare Entity is very, very Yomi.
Yeah, we have basically a veteran of the game playing one of the new players in the scene
Knockout!
between Rare Entity and DFX Calamity.
Round 2. Ready,
But hey, Shisha, so let's see, it's a 9-player league, so you might just have an idea how long it'll take. Should be about 30 minutes, so with 2 more matches, so yeah, about 35 minutes or so, I'd say. 35 to 40 minutes.
knockout!
Yes, Shisha is part of the NorCal scene.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Yeah, one thing I know is with TFX Calamity, and it's also one of my weaknesses, is the spacing game. And with Lau is very effective in playing that spacing game.
The thing with Lao is, once Lao gets you to delay, which is the tempo game, right? Once he gets you to delay, you can be in big trouble because that 4P plus K is now in play. If you play like very active moral play, he actually can't really use 4P plus K without counter hitting you. But he's gonna try to play in a way to get you the delay. And once he does that, then this becomes what Wasakon calls fighting in 3 dimensions. And that is like, it's really important for Lao players to be good at this, at getting the opponent to play tempo on their terms. Because otherwise Lao is strong in this version, but otherwise Lao is kind of limited to certain tools that people all know. But if you want to know why this move that the Japanese call Sako, 4P plus K, is so good, why it's so notorious, is once you get into tempo play, this move is ridiculously good. You know, because it has so many variations and it has a lot of points that you can apply reading, but you can also apply reacting to it once it's allowed to be used. But it's a 20 frame attack, so how do you stop a 20 frame attack from being in play? You play very active moral, but if you play too much active moral, he can outread. Then it's a reading battle, and you can be in trouble for that too. So he's going to try to get you uncomfortable with that, and then now this 4P plus K is where Lao feels like he's such a strong at range character.
This is the last round before we begin the second league for North America. So we'll be asking people that should try to join the room when the league is running. Europe is already running the second league. Please do not join until it's completed. And it should take about 6 players, about 20 minutes.
Knockout. Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout.
We should be seeing all of Box Pizza Cat matches or the Pruha matches on my stream on the Europe side. I don't think anyone else is streaming right now. Go check. Oh, 4i4, you joined the room late again. I'm so sorry. Please try to join the room a little bit earlier each time.
Round 4. Ready, go!
Got A Plus Destination also joined the room now for North America, so I think we have 10 players.
Round 5. Ready, go!
So I'm going to do a quick book recommendation for both our streams. Tricky has been reading a book, The Mental Game of Poker, I think, and it's been giving it's always giving great insights. So I'm really happy to hear Tricky talk about this because it's really important. And VF, very much you can learn a lot from poker that applies to VF and competitiveness in general. But really, VF does a lot with poker, actually. Yeah.
Alright, good guys, have fun.
Good luck, have fun. Yeah, 100%. Thanks for the book recommendation, Tricky. Like, I have heard of that book, but it's very true. And but all the insights you're dropping is everyone should definitely read that. I'll try to reread it if it's still on my chat after one of these games. I hope. So we'll see. All right, we're fighting Calamity right away. This is always so much fun. Calamity and I always go nuts.
Ready, go!
Yeah, no, I will 100% read that book. I definitely recommend it to Guibert, 100%. Dude, definitely read it. Guibert's gonna be a shark. Good. Good going for the throw. This is where it backfires, right? This is where the play backfired because of how much I delayed that wake up. So, man, that move, that's not the first time. Oh, he almost got the ring out. I thought it was going to be a ring out too. Very good. I like the jab bait. I like that jab. That jab is so good.
Ready, go!
Yep, there's the 4P plus K. Look at that timing. Delay. Yeah. I know that he wished that he did the P plus K charge because I teched there, but no, he did the right thing. And then now it becomes unplayable. Oh, I'm dead. Good game. Good game, Cloudy. That was clean. Good game. That was so much fun. Alright, let's read what Tricky said because, well, it's still in this log here. Okay, so Tricky said, so it's like a mental filter. Let's see, go further out and just look out for that. Falling out of a game. Yeah, because she's been working on, like, when she loses her mindfulness in her games and more. For that. So it's like a mental filter of, hey, don't do that dumb thing you do sometimes when you're not in a game. Yes. That said, some people are very violent, and so you have to, the Zen part is important because you want to make these adjustments calmly, or at least without negatively impacting you, however that happens. So the mental game of poker, proven strategies for improving tilt control, confidence, motivation, coping with variance, and more. Yes. Alright, here we go. I like the choice between 4P plus K and throw. I thought I got out of range for that. That was really good. This move is the bane of my existence. It's really good. The reach is so hard to counter. No, it can definitely. Well, the zone is turned on by a lot of conscious effort and a lot of things, but it can be triggered. Yes, yeah, it can be triggered. It can be summoned, but the conditions are hard. How to stay in the zone actively? That okay? I would like that one. That said, yeah, it's good to admit things. I do have to remember that he throws his option, but it's okay. Such good reads, really good reads. This throw is always so good here. Counter hit into that throw. That 9P plus K was sick. This is what I like. I got greedy. Good game, Rare Entity. That was a blast. So how did I get greedy? I had the feeling that he was gonna stand and guard, and so I did the thing that's too blatant of a call out for that. But he is showing that he still watches. Like, he's not tilting. I don't think he's tilting. There's a sense that he's rushing a little, but not tilting, right? And so the guard break is a tilt play, and that was disrespectful. So I paid the price for trying to go for that play instead of just attack. Right? Attack is just safe, consistent, and you can work with it, except that he does do pretty good. He does do pretty good decisions off of guarding. Alright, that doesn't work that way. meaty timing was so good. And he's not gonna go for the low. Good. He goes for the crouch dash kick, which is really strong.
Ready, go!
Oh, that's a nice conversion. I like it. I like the way they're playing off of 9K guard now. I do like the way they're playing off of 9K at range. This is ring out. Almost. Good game, good game. So much fun. That was so much fun, Genesis. Keep this up. Oh, I love seeing this pie getting better, getting scarier and scarier against me. I like it. Okay. Yes.
Ready, go!
Alright, A+, here we go. Keep this up. Alright, that was always intense with A+. I like it. Their Leon really keeps me on my feet.
Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go!
Very good choice. Good game, A+. That got crazy. Really fun exchanges. I had so much fun with that. It's really helping me with the Leon versus Leon matchup too. That was really intense. Good games, A+. Yeah, it's about, yeah, Tricky is telling Guibert to channel the emotions, and I would agree with that. It's how you channel the emotions, though. There's a way to channel it, as opposed to just, you know, hard release, stop, hard release, stop. That can really mess you up. That trying so hard to plug and unplug is really rough on you. But a lot, like, there's a way to manage it, channel it. Oh yeah, Bruce the Beast. I love that. Okay. Eventually, I cannot do Rising Attack against him because Brad is good at destroying Rising Attack.
Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout. Round 3. Ready, go!
Yeah, blue drawing start. That's like Leon BS. Oh, almost got it. The uppercut almost weaved through this kick, but kick got it.
Round 4. Ready, go!
Good game, Bruce. Good game. I know Bruce probably felt less sharp in this fight because normally Bruce is really like sharp, aggressive. So this feels like Bruce waking up, but I really, still a good battle. But I know to be very ready and prepared for when Bruce brings out the beast. The Inner Game of Tennis is a fantastic book, by the way. I really love that book. Read it long ago, and we'll reread it again. Inner Game of Tennis, extremely good. Yeah. If you were into chess, Reassess Your Chess is good, but it's not the same as these books. But the Inner Game of Tennis is a really good one that applies to fighting games. Yeah, Rare. Okay, good to see you, Cruz. Rare Entity is back, and I love it. And I love the reads. I really love the way they play VF. So happy to have them playing with us. Guibert, I am wishing for the Zen state for you, but I think we've seen it sometimes, and it's really good when you have it. Yeah, Karo is saying, long-time lurker here, just here to say Inner Game of Tennis is really good. It is. Definite. It is an amazing book. Amazing book. I really love tennis, by the way. It is my favorite sport. I haven't played it in a long time, but I love it very much. Blurring says, finally free from the ads. Sorry about that. Again, YouTube is a good way to watch my channel if you want to avoid the ads. So I do encourage people to watch both. Twitch for the chat and YouTube for less ads. Also, because YouTube, you can rewind. Strave, okay, so Vanilla Strave is saying, I like volleyball and basketball. Those are good. I don't know the best books on those, but they're good. Volleyball is amazing. Volleyball is an amazing sport, right? That forced rotation, leveraging the different skill sets of the players in a way that, like, you have to cycle, like, they cycle the players through it. I think volleyball is such a cool sport. Like, because it's like, this is like talent management, the game, like volleyball has got really interesting skill management because of its setup, right? And this is the the full volleyball. Beach volleyball is exciting though. So But I think, yeah, full standard volleyball, so good. Also, watch more Haikyuu. It's fun. Haikyuu is a general sports anime, but I love it. It's good at what it does. Even if you predict what's going to happen, it's good at what it does. It's fun. It's more the characters that are the less predictable part than. And that's, I think, what makes the best sports stories in anime is the characters. Even if they can get tropey if a series goes past its due, its run, but I think Haikyuu has gone pretty well. The one that's probably shocking is how much I still really enjoy Diamond no Ace, like Ace of Diamond. I don't even watch baseball much, but I freaking love that series. Is fun to watch for whatever reason, even if it does a lot of like resets and stuff, like character reset almost. But I think the series is pretty fun. It's so much fun. Like I'm so happy that there's a current new season, even though it's not going to be nearly as long as previous seasons, because I think modern day anime production, it is hard to fit the old Ace of Diamond anime flow with the modern environment and budgets. So, but I hope they can work it out because I really like that series. But I should just read the manga more. I mean, I'm still reading Hajime no Ippo, which is like my favorite. So I'm a real sucker for sports manga and anime. I'm glad that there are more people nowadays in America, in America that enjoy those too. Because for a long time I felt like, yes, I've always been an anime fan for so long, but a lot of times that was like the genre that was completely ignored for a long time here, or at least with the fans, But it kind of makes sense because a lot of people that are more in the geekier crowd are less likely to be into sports at the time. But then you realize sports is a geekdom too. Fighting games though has always had a mixed group, so we've had some of our well, fighting game is a mixed group, and because of that, we have a lot of our sports fans as well as mine. It's not as clearly divided as sometimes some of the music teacher types that I know in my life that are just like anti-sports, but also because they're having to fight. Traditionally, schools had to fight for the sports versus the art budget, right? and they had a hard time understanding why, well, sports makes the money. Sports gets like the parents donating and active and doing all kinds of stuff, and the arts needs to be there, but sometimes harder to. Traditionally, art is funded by the very, very rich, right? And that's and the hard part is it's using the whale strategy. Where sports is everybody's donating into sports. Good game, Sisha. Good game. So Chronomad says, my Oki sucks. I'm always whiffing during their get-up. Is it just a matter of knowing the good Oki moves? So during their get-up, you need to understand that in this game, they can mess with the timing a bit. So the person doing the Oki has all the advantages. But the person waking up has ways to mess with the timing, right? Even when they do the quick tech options, unless it was like a slam, most of the time there's variance there. You can tech early and you can tech late. It's very minute, but it's enough to throw off the meaty timing. So what it is it takes a while to get used to it, and there are easier ways to Oki and harder ways to Oki. And that can be tricky, right? So the beginner Oki pattern that I always recommend is if they didn't tech roll, which is happening less now, but if they did not tech roll, baiting them to do a rising attack and then punishing it, right? That's Virtua Fighter 1 style Oki, and it's the standard Oki everybody should learn because you can backdash or you can hop away. But the trick is you just stand in range of the rising attack, and then the moment you think they would hit the kick button, that's when you backdash. And then you whiff punish. Now, after that, yes, it takes... Different setups have different things that are ideal. Some people are going to emphasize that you should use a big attack that's got lots of hit frames because the margin of error is easier, but these are kind of harder because you have to commit to them, right? And so then you have to know which knockdowns are good. Notice how I do a lot of this side kick. This side kick is hard to do at a developing level. The side kick Oki is very hard to do, but if you know the timing, it's a 17 frame attack. There's a lot of 17 frame attacks that can win against rising attack, and so the timing is kind of consistent then, and so you get a lot of practice over time, right? And so that's what I'm counting on, this side kick right here, right? And so that's why I like, so why do I like the side kick? It does have less hit frames than the big attack, but it's fast, which means I can use it almost on reaction, right? That's hard though. That's like, that might not be what you want to do right now because it's a skill check on that. It's an option that requires a certain amount of skill. Alright, so Diva, if you use dashing elbow, there's a lot of situations where dashing elbow would have won here. And that's why the old heads, when we see a Kira, we think dashing elbow. We know it's a redundant looking move, it's less flashy, but it is so strong. And it's just so robust, right? Because you guys have already seen how strong elbow is, right? If you look at how many times I've hit people with elbow, it's really important. Alright, here we go, Diva. That was good. But right now, Diva plays a lot of the short range because they're the faster moves, but dashing elbow would do a lot. Alright. That was intense. That was intense. Also, if you master dashing elbow, it simplifies Akira's game, and then you realize why high level players like kind of hate fighting against Akira, because that dashing elbow is just so ridiculously that good. And so, Diva is a very strong player. They rely on evade and whiff punish like a lot, but the skill for them is using that dashing elbow to mix up and then fuzzy guard when it gets guarded. I would say dashing elbow would be a huge addition to their game. You know, it doesn't look flashy. It is one of the most annoying, feared weapons in this game. It's the dashing elbow, because dashing elbow is the best elbow, and then super dashing elbow is the best dashing elbow, which is what's really funny. And Akira has both an elbow, a dashing elbow, and a super dashing elbow. So damn strong. It simplifies the game in a really powerful way. Alright, cat scan, here we go. Let's see what your wolf's got. Good. No, low punch, good defense. Good using the mid there. Very nice going for this throw. The strings, some strings there are times, I'm not going to say anything bad about the strings actually. Strings are good. It's just that knowing where they're good. And you get there. But Wolf is also really strong on the single hit. Really powerful on single hit and throw. Very nice. That stagger will not lead to a throw. There we go. Keep it up. Boom. Elbow. So if someone is responding with elbow, the trick, you can do stuff like evade throw, you can do backdash. Sometimes it's really good. Very nice. Mix up the throws, then I have to guess. See how strong elbow is? And remember, Akira has a better one. Okay, let's show elbow setting stuff up. Very good. Right. And that was a good guess. He attacked. Very good. There we go. Alright, Catscan, I'm going to come at you this one. But let's keep this up. Keep it up.
Ready, go! Excellent!
Alright. So when Leon swipes with this one, he forces you side turn. Whenever you're forced side turn, which happens when he forces it or when he sidesteps you, your best option in general is to defend. It's either guard. Standing guard is the easier one and the recommended for when you're learning this matchup. But eventually it's sidestepping. If he does like sidekick, for example, then you can punish him for doing that really powerful option. So good stuff, Cat Scan. Keep it up. Keep it up. Let's see. So, yeah, so Shogi Dad asks, like, I don't think that the in-game shows the active frames. It doesn't, but you don't, generally, yeah, you got to check one of the move list websites like virtuafighter.com, and it will tell you how many hit frames an attack has. And that information is not, like, the most important, but it helps. But the problem is if you... Really slow big attacks are the ones that have like lots of hit frames usually. Except for Kira's crashing down double palm, right? This thing with the Kira where he puts his hands down. That one is a lot of hit frames and is decent. Like it's not the fastest, but it's not that slow. And so it's a reasonable speed. That one has got ridiculous amount of hit frames. That's why that one is so good on Okizeme. Easier to time. Still tricky. You still have to dash and do it. So there's still a manual aspect to timing that thing as a Okizeme. But it's so scary when it works. And it's so strong. That's probably one of the most oppressive Okizeme in the game, in my opinion, because of the combination of all these factors. But most attacks will only have about 2 or 3 hit frames. And so it can be tricky if your goal is to beat rising attack or if your goal is to perfectly time meaty. But you can set the AI to randomly wake up at different timing and you get a sense for how to respond to a tech roll. But understand it is always a guess if you're going for that. Sometimes, okay, here's the thing. You don't have to always do a meaty though. If you know that your opponent wakes up and defends, then all you really have to do is to mix up against them, like go up to them and throw them, for example, or guard break. If your opponent, if your opponent is like very aggressive, then you just have to do an attack, and you should be fine. Now Leon is a special case. Like Leon's uppercut is a very unique weapon, and there's a reason that I use that so much on Wake Up, but. It does do shenanigans. There is special tech with that. It's a very unique case. Not many moves have like that type of special tech. Maybe shoulder attacks. His uppercut is similar to some shoulder attacks, but that's really it. Most Okizeme is a little more straightforward, except that the timing can be hard, and your opponent can mess with the timing. They can mess with you doing the Okizeme. So that aspect makes it a guess. However, when your opponent, the worst your opponent can do to you is you do your attack late and they sidestep it. That's the risk. Outside of that, there's actually not that much risk besides that. Maybe guard punish if you use the guard punishable move, but it's not really much risk. So Okizeme is in your favor. You have the advantage. It's just not truly oppressive situation in VF. And this game doesn't truly oppress that much. The way you oppress your opponent in Virtua Fighter is to outguess them, and you can outplay them, but there are ways to play safe against people that's just trying to outplay. But but really just by guessing correctly, that's the only way you actually oppress people, and that's not actual oppression, right? Oppression is like, I get this hit and you can't do anything for a long time and you're gonna just, keep losing for a while, right? This game, you can always fight your way out of a paper bag, almost always. And so your opponent can too on Wake Up, and that's why Okizeme feels harder in this game, is it's more dynamic. It's dynamic to keep it quote unquote fair, But the person doing the Okizeme has like all the advantages. They have all the upside. They're the one threatening to do all the damage, right? The only time that they really pay horribly for it is if they attack late and the opponent sidesteps it and punishes them. That's really the only way that Okizeme completely gets punished or loses in this game. Hope that makes sense. Shogun says, one thing I've been trying to lab, which is tough with the current tools, is what to do when you know your opponent will quick roll to one direction. For example, it seems most of my opponents online immediately tech roll with down press. Okay, there's not much. There's not much more you get from down or up. There really isn't. It doesn't really. The only thing that it really messes with is sometimes down attack. Like, there are situations where a down attack is more likely. No, not even then, because we're talking about tech roll. So, for example, let's say they do low throw Okizeme. They've got it timed so when you tech roll and you guard, the low throw is perfectly timed to still get you, even though you're holding guard, right? Because you tech rolled up or down. In this case, tech rolling in place actually doesn't lose to the low throw Okizeme, but also when you tech roll, if you mashed attack, the attack would have beaten the low throw. The low throw is not guaranteed, but it does work even against trying to stand guard against it if they time it perfectly. It's complicated to explain what that is. All I gotta say is that the answer to the low throw Okizeme is to attack or wake up in place, which is you just press guard and neutral, and your character wakes up standing instead of waking up crouching. Because when you tech roll up or down, you will wake up for just a moment. For a brief moment, you are crouching. That's why the low throw works there, even when you hold guard. But if you actually mashed attack beats throw. If you tech rolled in place, then you got up standing. Low throw whiffs against standing. So yeah.
Who's next?
Hope that example helps a little. But yeah. So I try to do as AKAI the circular sweep, and it just goes through their roll. That means you did it early. Yeah, that means you did it when they were still invincible while they were rolling. So there are invincibility frames, and then there's this moment where they are vulnerable for 3 frames. We call this meaty timing. When an opponent tech rolls or quick rises, there are 3 frames where all they can do is stand or crouch, guard or not guard. They cannot sidestep in those 3 frames. They cannot attack in those 3 frames. They can't do anything except to either stand and guard, crouch and guard, or stand and do nothing, or crouch and do nothing. That's all they can do. So, for 3 frames, which is ridiculously small time, right? When your meaty attack lines up on those 3 frames, when your hit frame is intersecting any of those 3 frames, the only thing they could do is actually block it. And that's why it's called meaty timing, right? If you are late outside the 3 frames, well, now they could sidestep. They could maybe do a pari or reversal, but it's hard to do here. But they could sidestep, they could attack. So if you did a low attack, like your sweep, they could, like Leon could 8K as long as that sweep is hitting after those 3 meaty frames. If that sweep touches during those meaty frames, the only thing I could have done to not get hurt by that sweep was to crouch guard. Yeah, so that's how the meaty and Okizeme works. Let me know if you want more help with that. But I hope that explanation helps. Yeah, AOE's sweep is pretty awesome, by the way. It's an amazing tool at high level. That is a really powerful tool, but it's a very complicated one, more than it seems.
North America side?
It's just 4 of us now, or did I miss the first league?
It looks like 4 people.
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm not sure if there's a mass disconnect, but no one's mentioning that, so I just think people got to go.
I didn't pay attention to the sheet. Who won, by the way? That was also Rare Entity, the winner?
Rare Entity.
Congratulations, Rare Entity. Well deserved. I really love the way they're playing. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. I love the way that Rare Entity's playing today. So, yeah.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Alright, central information here. Let's get that. Okay, that's that. Alright, so with Fio's third league, we have 2 participants joining. We got Adandra, who actually played his 50th session last season. So this would be his 52nd right now. Glad to have people play decent for a long time.
Ready, go!
And Sandro has joined the room, 2 times league leader, and got 2 first place finishes this season. And when he tried it for a third one, the VF Neko gods say no. So we still have to deal with that. But overall, we hope that most people, majority of the time when they do participate in the leagues, that they can play. I do know that LDLS tried to get into the room, couldn't get in. And the boost earlier couldn't get into the room. Let's see.
Round 3. Ready, go! Excellent!
Get
Round 4. Ready, go! Excellent!
Our Agent of Oblivion says they're coming. So awesome. We await you, Agent of Oblivion.
Round 5. Ready, go!
awesome.
Man. This is really fun league battle. Really happy Tricky got an awesome league in there too. It's a really, maybe she'll be here tomorrow, but I think at least today that was a really good. I think that helps her feel stronger for Evo Japan, but also gets to work on a lot of stuff. So I think it was very productive for her.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I saw Gentleman Thief. He's in Japan right now. I'm not sure if, if he came back, if he ever came back from his March 1st trip to Japan.
I wonder about that. Yeah, he just started checking X out of nowhere like yesterday, but I.
That's ask him that because he's coming back to the States the end of April, so he's not participating in the Evo Japan
Right.
Event. So I was thinking, has he been doing Japan since beginning of March, the global finals? That's an awesome trip, a nice long trip if he has been there for quite long.
I am happy that he's been there, and I wish he could participate in Evo Japan.
Oh, I'm sorry, I need to put the North America information. Try something different, they don't have the information. So yeah, Europe can't join the room, North America you can. You still have 3 more matches before we'll start the last league.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Very good. Just up here, plus.
Asia doesn't join the program.
Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go!
Got this. Very good. You got this. Do a high damage combo. Combo.
Time's
There
up!
you go.
Got a Dungeon versus Bucks Kiss Cat on the Europe side. Got 2 more rounds remaining, looks like. 3 players have 4 wins and 1 loss. Nepruha, Kilecom, and Sandro. And Tudor at +7, and Kilecom's at +6. So Sandro and Nepru is right now carrying first. 2 more matches to go. The Agent of Oblivion has joined the room. Get the
Very nice. Alright, here we go, A+.
So this will be he's has been in every sessions for season 2 so far. This will be his 4th one. He actually played Sarah last week, but it looks like John might be his main character, or he's been playing John more often.
I want a serious fight.
And 2 more matches before we begin the last league for North America.
I really like the way Rare Entity's using Hellblaze. Drives me nuts, but it's so good.
Yeah, I saw that match between Mr. Bestia and Rare Entity, and it came down to where Entity used Blaze rocket discharge with that drop kick. Does it avoid high and low strikes at certain frames? Because I saw
It's an EX high.
Sucker low sweep, and it looked like it avoided it.
Huh,
Or it might have been just by speed. I could be wrong. I don't know which one it is.
It's hard to know with Hellblaze until you play him.
That's one where you watch the replays and say, is it just his low drop kick landed first?
Yeah.
Count hit, or was it did it actually avoided the low sweep? Sandro won his match.
Oh, I like that fadeaway. That was really cool.
Kilecom versus Nepruha. That determined who will be 5-1 and who is 4-2. Asian Master playing against Rusty.
Round 3. Ready, go!
A+, I like a lot what you're doing, but I get what you're feeling.
Check.
I like this fadeaway choice. That's so good. The Hellblaze fadeaway is a great move. It drives me nuts when it hits you. It gives you the whip. So good.
Kilecom and Sandro both 5-1 loss. Sandro is leading by 3 rounds. This is the final round for Europe. Rusty will play against Killa. Sandro will play against Raging Mars. You get to see Mr. versus Dandro. And then Pruha versus Box Pussycat off stream.
Always a fun battle Rare Entity, and I like what they're watching for. They're testing stuff out in the matchup. Rare Entity is just a really strong Yomi player. Like, I like their Yomi a lot. What they read.
One last match and then we'll begin.
Very good game.
So it'll be a quick league.
Thank you for the
Got
thumbs
some
up.
heavy hitters in there.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Nice, I like those ducks. So this kick is like 11 frames, so that's why it wins a lot of situations.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Alright, we're gonna start the match. After this match, we're trying to boost. Leave out here to see what's the final results for the website.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Nice duck. Good game, Bruce. Good game. Alright, good luck. Have fun, everyone.
Yep, like I said, should be a quick one. 10 minutes at most.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And then crack.
Round
You'll
one.
do better next time, A+, I believe it. But I think you've been getting better. It's just, VF is a game where as you get better though, like, there's like, the results will be mixed because it's just really integrated.
Round two. Ready, go!
Nice. Oh, yeah, I'm not going there. Good. Excellent.
Knockout.
Almost blocked this. That can happen. But sometimes those moves aren't bad to do as much. But yeah, but sometimes it takes just a little something extra.
Excellent. Round four. Ready, go! Knockout.
Thanks for the battle, Bruce. Thanks for the battle. One of the hard parts for Brad is the range on his attacks,
Serious fight.
right? Brad is an amazing like defensive character and can whiff punish, guard punish better than almost anyone, but at mid range that can be so nasty against Brad. Like but he can outplay that too, but it's like the risk goes up, and he's playing low risk, so then the risk goes up in that mid-range fight. Yeah, oh my god, his side turn crouch punishment is ridiculous. People do need to master that. People do need to master. Actually, Brad players do actually need to master backdash evade. It's really important because of all the times you can set up like anti-low. Keep this up, Agent Oblivion. By the way, Monica, so good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Good round, Agent Oblivion. Good guess. You guessed correctly. Nothing wrong with that. That's exactly how you gotta play. Alright, I like it. Very good. I like that back throw. There you go. And I like that you chose to attack because you knew you knew the chance of throwing was high. There's nothing on it. Is it guess wrong? Yes, but is it a bad read? No, not a bad read. There was a high chance I was going to do that. Dang it, I hate when it happens. Yeah, Brad's side turn crouch punishment. Oh my gosh, so good. But yeah. Trying to get used to the time on that. Good game, Agent Oblivion. I know I brought out the big guns there, but good fight, good fight. Especially the first couple rounds really had me going pretty good. Thank you for the battle, Agent of Oblivion. I am glad you joined our league today too. It's like me and Rare Entity and Bruce. It's like a lot of monsters in here, including you. So.
Round one. Ready, go!
There you go. Oh, I was so... I always forget about that.
Knockout. Round two. Ready, go!
Interesting. I like that beats that. That was so good. That was sick. That was so sick. Good game, Rare Entity. That was an intense battle. I like that he gives me mental workouts. Like, Rare Entity gives me really good mental workouts in this game. He is... Yes, he's a more passive El Blaze, but he acts on his reads. His Yomi's so good. So good. I have to, like, reverse read, right? I have to go, okay, I gotta lead him into this read. I gotta lead him into this read, and then I'm gonna try to beat it. You know? Yeah. Good old reverse Nitaku. Guibert, I love your reverse Nitaku. Holy crap, your reverse Nitaku is so terrifying. When your reverse Nitaku goes off, it's like, oh my god, I hate. It's like this is when I hate fighting Wolf, when he reverse mixes me up. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much, Kashu. That was so much fun. So much fun. Respect. Lots of respect. All respect. So much fun. Rare is back.
So, for example, here I say quiz, like, well, these are going faster. So, you can play a total of 3 leagues in one session, or, or 1 league or 2. So, just kind of give you an idea of, some people just like play 1 league per session, other people stay for the entire session. So, it's at least a basic stat that I keep track of everyone. And now that I have everyone's record in one file, I'm gonna try to add little tidbits of facts. As you can see, that's kind of going as a slideshow right now. But I'm only halfway done with the people who's participating in season 2. So anyone who participates in season 2, that is your record is fact tidbits will be the first to be updated. So still a work in progress, but hopefully those who've been participating will enjoy it. And for those who don't participate, you get to learn a little bit more of everyone who's in the scene. or at least who participate in these league sessions. Of course, I haven't added information or Kingo yet. So I'm like up to J right now. All the people participating. Alright, I think that is it for me. I'm going to end the stream now, wait someone. Let's see. I still have to send out emails and finish things that I have not been completed yet. But we do have Kyushu, Southern Japan Tokyo Bay Area Cup this weekend. And then there should be a Tokyo Bay Area Cup next week, I think, or 2 weeks from now. I will just do Central Meeting because he will be participating in the Tokyo Bay Area Cup before he leaves Japan. You just got here, Crazy Drunk? You could join the room. There's still a room being played. We got Rare Entity, Bruce, and Shanchai in there, and the Agent of Oblivion. There was something I was trying to update the stream, but I haven't. Oh, God. Code is 0418812. We stopped doing that. You work on the weekends, don't you, usually? I think you put this the most when we were hosting these on weekdays. Are you planning to go to Combo Baker or participate in Evo Las Vegas, Crazy Drunk?
Ready, go!
Yeah, Crazy Drunk, you gotta go to those. I always love watching you fight. Miss
Would you go to any of those, Shanchai?
This year it's unlikely I get to travel much. I think my priorities are a little different this year, and resources are different. So this year is going to be more of a calm year, more of a support from the sidelines year for me.
Okay.
But I really am really happy for more people going out. But I do plan to be at LA Gathering. So.
See, Crazy Truck has said that he will go to Evo Las Vegas, and most likely lag. And there's those Reapers NorCal events now. The next one should be May 2nd. I think that's where he posted just now on the let me go look at the those who live in NorCal, Reapers hosting a Dayside Showdown, his attempt at monthly Trifire tournaments. And he did say that if you pre-register, he will add $5 to the pot. So pre-register, guys. Does help the organizers. Yeah, it's hard to see that the distance. Right? I wanted to say NorCal, but NorCal is quite large, so people can still take a distance to drive to wherever they need to go. Okay. And I'm going planning. Yeah, that one just easy. Just stop by and play. Our scene is not big enough yet, whereas stopping by a place and there's people always showing up to play. It's offline. Alright, let's see. Are you planning to be in the room for a bit, Chai, or are you gonna be...
No, we're gonna continue celebrating my wife's birthday, which was yesterday, but we're continuing it today, so...
Soy AKAI is doing his defense tours for Triosos. That's South America's bi-rookie tournament. Let me go raid him.
I'm gonna probably raid Soy AKAI as well, so that'll be awesome. And thanks a lot, AKAI. Thank you very much. Always a great time and good VF.
Yep. Happy birthday to your wife.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Soy AKAI.
Round 3. Ready, go!
So we'll host these sessions again tomorrow. Same time. This will be Europe evening and North America. North America during the early afternoon or late morning for those in the West Coast.
Ready, go! Excellent!
Oh, and for those who don't know, Petrifier.com is being updated for version 1.10 of the game, so there should be an update command list. Portion of the characters already has move lists, update with animation, and there are also combo list that is set up for World Stage 1.10 since the change does affect that certain combos are now, there are new combos available, and then there's some combos that does less damage now, so there's a lot of work to be done with that. Yeah, and also that's still a work in progress with the animation stuff for those movesets.
I'm really happy though
There
that
are
they
also
have it.
alternatives, like Byako.gg and also the one made by the Korean.
Is it VF Mania? I can't remember, but
I think it's VF Mania.
I think it is VF Mania maybe. But yeah, that Korean site's really cool. I do need to check out the Byako actually. So I haven't checked out Byako yet. I do like that we're getting modernized, updated resources because some gaming communities have access to resources like these, but not all. And it is pretty cool the way that information is conveyed nowadays, right? Of course, video is obvious, but yeah, some of the other games I've been playing, it's really interesting to see, especially if they've got a Korean website. Like some of the modern design language with some of the websites, it's got organizes information in pretty good ways. So I'm glad that Mike has been really wanting to update VFDC accordingly. So I'm really happy to see that update came out this week.
I posted the links after ratings for AKAI, so sorry if I was not supposed to post links to those things.
I'm pretty sure he's cool with it. So yeah. Thanks a lot, AKAI, and yeah. And I don't know whether you have any involvement with it or not, but if you do, I wish the team luck, the VFDC team, whoever's on it. So, but
I'm starting to help a bit now with the move list, with the animation. Mike wanted it to be more uniform, homogenized. So I'm working with him to figure out what exactly he wants them to be like.
yeah,
So it'll be continually updated. It's still a work in progress.
that's cool though. Probably have to change the data structure a bit just for like the information that we're starting to put in more, or the way that we're organizing the information, right?
Round two. Ready, go!
Because I know that Mike had actually asked the community if they wanted like how much tabled information they want, right? And the language of VFDC for a long time has been the portrait/landscape language, but now the apps have like a newer way of presenting info. I'm wondering, but I'm not expecting VFDC to do anything drastic like
I'm
that.
going to suggest them to change the maybe adjust the square image that he has as thumbnails, or at least for the videos.
To be more rectangular?
That's
Or?
what it is. At least for the command list.
I see.
But I think at least with the phone, you could, go landscape or
Yeah, whenever using a phone, go landscape if possible. Or tap the detailed info, or tap the detailed info, right? That's the standard VFDC protocol for like 15 years right now, right? So, all right. Well, thanks a lot. I'm gonna go get ready to celebrate my wife's birthday. Jacko's in the room. Makes me want to stay in here, but but I am gonna. I don't want to attempt fate with my wife. So.
I'm glad he's still playing.
Yeah, man. Rare Entity, Jacko, Bruce, that is an awesome room. I gotta bow out, but that is such a cool room. Alright, for those that want to join their room, the passcode is 0418. Today's date.
Yeah.
Round one.
Yeah, every time I host rooms is the day's date, yeah. We got Denkai joined the room.
Oh my gosh, Denkai jumped into the room too? Hell yeah. Put your stream back on, just kidding. No, it's good stuff.
I think it's still streamed on YouTube, but I'm going to stop it soon now. So, but
that does, yeah. It's funny when that happens and we forget it's still streamed on YouTube after doing a raid.
yeah. But
All right,
have fun with your wife.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to her.
Thank you. All right.
Congratulations to your kids are doing well in school.
Thank you on that too. They did well. My son is not exactly high achiever. I mean, he does good grades,
but it was funny that during
Don't do this, JJ.
during the presentation was so hilarious. He was like, he was like, you know, the teacher's like, so what's your goal? And he's like, my goal is like, you know, like low intermediate on like the Chinese proficiency test. And she's like, you don't want to go higher? I think you're like, this was like a 4. She's like, I think you're like at least a 6. No, low intermediate. It's like, okay. He just doesn't like the pressure, right? He's a little more introverted, so he just doesn't like people putting pressure on him, and he doesn't like putting pressure on himself. He'll just do. So you know. So,
I actually need to figure out how to fix my Steam Deck. It's not recognizing Discord. I've been doing that manually instead of using the Steam Deck to get connect. Alright, talk to you later, Chai Chai.
talk to you later. Cheers. Alright everyone, thank you so much. Thanks for watching, thanks for support. We're gonna go ahead and give a raid. I know it was an amazing room, it would have been fun to stream the room, but I do gotta go. So we're going to oh, you know, MF Diva, we should definitely raid MF Diva again. I always love that opportunity, and Diva is awesome. Let me see what they're doing right now to make sure. If it is them playing, we will raid them. Looks like it is. Yeah. Alright, let's follow Diva's adventures. I do love Soil Kai is awesome, and I really support Soil Kai. But today I do want to raid Diva, and I do need to raid Soil Kai again soon. So probably tomorrow. Hey, my pleasure, Shogi Dad. Thank you very much for joining the chat. Really appreciate it. I really like the game of Shogi. I think Shogi is a crazy game. Shogi is Japanese chess, and I don't play it well at all, but what my impression is from learning its rules and trying to play a little bit with my son, it's the one game where I feel like you have to kind of learn the end game to actually move forward in that game, because you have to kind of know what you want, what like end formations you want to win, because of the whole capture and revive system. Because pieces that are removed from play can be brought back into play and modified too, and in different places. And this creates a really interesting dynamic to where even in small defeats, it's possible to fight back and then create a win condition out of that. Now, that sounds crazier than it really is, but it is interesting for me because I feel lost if I don't study what the actual endgame plays are first. And that sounds true, like in chess, you kind of want to know the endgame, but chess you can get by just on, you know, chess is appealing intuitively because normal standard FIDE chess is like taking pieces off the board is material gain. And so because of that simple thing kind of simplifies a lot of things and makes it so you can play that way and then learn endgame. But when I play Shogi, it's like, you're like, dude, we're fighting with immortals here. You know, and as long as I get a fighting chance in there and I fight well in some places, you know, I can bring stuff back in and wreck you. So yeah, just what I was thinking because Shogi Dad is in here, and I really like Shogi, but I don't know it well enough. Just played it a little bit, but I think it's such a cool game. And very different from most games that I've played, and I like it. But Go is definitely a game that like I absolutely adore and love, but even then I'm not that good at it. I just really like it a lot. But Shogi is awesome. Thank you very much. Thanks for the support. Great games. You have a good one, Shogi Dad. And feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions. And I should take this moment to tell everyone, please do like and subscribe my channel. It helps. It really does. I've never really said that before, but apparently it works when you actually say it. People actually like and subscribe. But for sure I can tell you I do appreciate it. Anyways, have a good one, take care, and let's go ahead and send a raid to MF Diva. They're playing a really cool like 1st to 5 battle, I think. Looks very, very fun. And they're doing it with Rushdown Turtle, who's another awesome player. And I think these two would be really good. Yeah. Really exciting battles, but also I think Rushdown Turtle is definitely someone that Diva should be sparring with quite a bit. They're gonna really build a lot of stuff. Alright, here goes the raid. Thank you all so much. Have a good one, and I'll probably see you tomorrow, same time. Cheers.